Hi, everyone. My name is Haley Korf. I am your vision impaired host for the podcast. We are going to go ahead and do a part one and part two for this episode. We are just so excited about the conversations we're having, but it took a little bit longer than we anticipated. So we're going to do part one, part two. And so for right now, we're going to do a quick ad and then get right back into it. So thank you so much for waiting around. We really appreciate the support. Thank you.
Here at The Whole Person, we believe everyone deserves the chance to live independently and with confidence, regardless of ability. And to make that happen, we need volunteers like you. By joining us, you'll have the opportunity to support impactful areas, from administration and event planning to hands-on roles like assisting with our blind and low vision programs or helping at our special events like the Big Dill Classic and Expressions Art Exhibition. Every role, whether it's outreach, community engagement, or even offering pro bono professional services, makes a lasting difference. The Whole Person serves over 2,500 individuals annually, and with your help, we can make their dreams a reality. As a volunteer, you'll become part of a vibrant, supportive community dedicated to empowering people with disabilities. Our roles are flexible, meaningful, and tailored to fit your interests and expertise. Ready to make a difference? Visit thewholeperson.org/volunteer to explore our wide range of volunteer opportunities and get involved. Together, let's make independence accessible for all. Just a little of your time can lead to amazing change.
Hey everyone, I'm Haley. Welcome to the Whole Podcast. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the show. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are very excited to be hosting Andrea Harper today from Foundation Fighting Blindness. Today, we are going to review a little bit about her job and her role and what makes her excited to do this. Again, my name is Haley Korf, and I am your vision impaired host. So we will see what happens in this interview. It's going to be great. I am so excited to have you here.
Haley, thank you so much for inviting me to be here. I'm so glad. Again, I'm Andrea Harper. I'm the community manager for the Heartland chapters with the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
That's amazing. And so what does that mean?
Yeah. So in my role at the foundation,
Mhm.
or do you want me to start with the
All of it.
foundation itself? Okay.
Whatever you want to do.
Okay. So the Foundation Fighting Blindness, for those who are not aware of us, we're a nonprofit organization. We We're a fundraising focused organization. We're raising raising money to find preventions, treatments, and cures. So
Mhm.
we're funding clinical trials, research for the entire spectrum of inherited retinal diseases.
Okay.
So I led with the fundraising, but we're also a educational awareness organization.
Mhm.
So we have chapters all over the country, volunteer-led chapters that help us get that outreach out in the community.
Mhm.
We share resources, education,
Mhm.
and awareness.
Mhm.
As we know, blindness and vision loss is a spectrum.
It is.
And I did not know much about that before I started in this position.
Mhm.
So, and a lot of people that let's say aren't affected or don't know someone affected are not may not be aware of that.
Yeah, you're right.
So we're trying to spread awareness about that. We're working with rare types of vision loss most often, like funding research for rare types.
Okay.
So, just some of them
Mhm.
that may come to mind: age-related macular degeneration,
Mhm.
probably the most common,
Yes.
but also retinitis pigmentosa,
Mhm.
LCA, Leber congenital amaurosis, Usher
Mhm.
syndrome,
Mhm.
Stargardt,
Yep.
just to name a few.
Yeah,
So these are the types of diseases that we're funding research for.
that's amazing.
Yeah, and it's really rewarding work. I've been with the foundation 3.5 years,
Okay.
almost 4 years this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. I can't believe the
I
time
know.
flies when you're busy and having fun and doing meaningful work.
Mhm.
I started at the foundation. I was hired as a chapter engagement manager,
Okay.
which was a community engagement focused role.
Okay.
But I mentioned before I came to the foundation, I did not know much about vision loss.
Yeah.
I did not know, I didn't have, this doesn't run in my family. I didn't have a lot of people in my life with vision loss.
Okay.
And I've learned so much in the short amount of time that I've been here.
Mhm.
Um, so, so to back up, so when I started, I was doing community engagement
Mhm.
focus.
Mhm.
I had 5 chapters, and by chapters, these are volunteer led
Yeah.
networks
Yes.
in the Midwest.
That's a lot.
It was a lot. It was a
Yeah.
lot, and it was great, and I enjoyed it. I love meeting people. I think some of the most rewarding work with this position, with this organization, is the people.
Yeah.
And I was going around hosting speaker series, educational events,
Mhm.
chapter socials, and networking events. I was meeting with doctors and universities and um, low vision service providers,
Mhm. Mhm.
and that was great. Last year, the foundation went through a restructuring, like a
Mhm.
very positive, productive restructuring,
Mhm.
and my role kind of shifted and evolved into a community manager position, which is more development,
Okay.
more of the development side.
Okay.
So now I'm still doing community engagement work,
Mhm.
which is my passion,
Mhm.
and I have a smaller portfolio. So I work specifically now with Kansas and Missouri.
Okay.
And I should mention, I live in St. Louis, Missouri.
Yes.
I come in peace, everyone. I am a Chiefs fan. Okay, so don't don't come at me.
Okay. Okay. You
I
are
I come in
welcome.
peace. But I always I'm so proud to be working with the St. Louis chapter and working with Kansas City.
Yeah.
These are the two chapters that I've worked with throughout
Okay.
my entire duration at the foundation.
Okay.
So my work now is more kind of fundraising driven. I get to meet with a lot of donors. I'm working with corporate partners now.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, I have a greater role in the fundraising events that
Mhm.
we do, but also, of course, doing community engagement focused work, and it's been very challenging and very rewarding.
Yeah. I can. I can imagine
Yeah,
dealing with a lot of donors is very complicated, and it's just a lot to keep track of.
yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
It can be. Well, and nowadays it's hard. Everybody's a lot of people are struggling with limitations on budgets
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
getting to work within the community, like more grassroots fundraising efforts.
Mhm.
That's where we see a lot of strength and continued success at the
Yeah.
chapter level,
Yeah.
which is, again, continues to be inspiring and exciting.
Mhm.
And there's always so many people to meet, and
So many.
everybody has a different experiences coming from a different
Mhm.
perspective.
And it just adds on to all the knowledge, because you just never know how somebody sees until you talk to them.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. You can never assume
Right.
that someone
Mhm.
can can see you.
Yes.
It's changed how I communicate with people, regardless of
Hmm.
if I know that they're
Yeah.
experiencing a level of vision loss.
Mhm.
It's helped me a lot professionally
Mhm.
and personally.
Yeah. No, that makes sense because, you just never know how to communicate with any one person, and so
Right.
it adds to, in this group, maybe I should talk like this or explain it more in detail verbally, and it makes the conversation flow a little bit easier.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. It's nice to hear the other perspective of, like, somebody who doesn't have a vision impairment
Right.
and how it works with you and your job.
Hmm.
So what really made you interested in working at the foundation then, if you don't have anyone in your family history with a vision impairment?
Yeah. So at the time, I was working at I was working at a botanical garden, the Missouri Botanical Garden. I had been there for 7 years,
Uh-huh.
and that was a very rewarding, position. I was doing volunteer management, kinda community engagement type work,
Mhm, mhm.
but I was looking this is right after the pandemic. I
Okay.
was looking for a new mission
Mhm,
to support and work towards.
mhm.
I wanted to do something for more people focused.
Yeah.
And a former colleague and we were both kind of looking at the same time. And
Mhm,
he accepted a position at the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
mhm,
And I was like, oh, that's great. What is that?
mhm.
I don't know anything about that. He
Right.
said, I don't know either. Let me get in there and learn more and see.
Right.
And then when he left, I said, take me with you. This
Yes.
sounds so great.
Yes.
And he was there a couple months,
Mhm.
and he said, Andrea, there's a community engagement focused position.
Oh,
You have to apply for this.
yes.
And I did, and I got the position. And I I was so excited. As someone not knowing much about clinical trials,
Mhm, mhm.
research, none of that was
Yeah.
I wasn't exposed to that,
Yeah.
right? But I've always been interested in science and helping people.
Mhm.
And the fact that the foundation's doing the work that we're doing, nobody else is doing
Yeah.
to this extent.
Yes. I agree.
I mean, we are the largest private funder
Mhm.
of retinal disease research.
Wow.
I mean, since our inception, been around over 50 years.
Mhm.
We've raised over $915 million towards
Wow.
research. That's substantial.
That's a lot.
And and my enthusiasm to be part of this was that we're in a unique position to really help people and give people hope
Mhm.
that they may be losing their vision, but that
Yes.
doesn't mean that everybody's gonna
Yes.
lose it, you know?
Yes.
And I was so excited to do something, community engagement focused,
Yeah.
to work within communities, to still be doing volunteer work, to still be educating the public,
Mhm.
meeting as many people as I could,
Mhm.
but to also being able to relay such exciting progress,
Mhm.
regarding in the science, realm.
Yes.
That's been really exciting, and that's been driving my progress with the foundation all this
Mhm.
time.
I can understand that because there's not enough research happening for any of these diseases, and it does sometimes feel like there's no hope, and, everybody's like, "Oh, is your eye condition fixable?" And I'm like, "No, but we're working on
Right,
it."
right.
And so, it's interesting to see what research you guys are doing and to be up to date about that, and, I've joined a couple of the.
The webinars?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was just such great information, that you just don't realize is happening until you're, like, following the process, so.
There's so much that we're funding
Mhm.
and all over the country, and we've
Yes.
now started funding, research across the pond in other
Yes.
countries, which is so exciting. And on our website, if you go to foundationfightingblindness.org,
Mhm.
we keep that very updated. There's so much
Yes.
information on there with
Yes.
what we're funding, what types of research you can look by the type of vision loss,
Yes. Yes.
and, um, I would encourage anybody listening to go and check that out because there's so much information that's updated regularly,
Mhm. Mhm.
and it's it's very exciting and it's very inspiring.
It's also very accessible, when I was on it
Oh,
for the
good.
first time, I was like, "Oh, wow, okay, this is really good," and, like, the color schemes are great, and, it's the information flows pretty well, and so it was just kind of nice to not have to, like, always search for things on the
Yeah,
screen. It was, like, right there,
good.
so.
We want it to be
Yeah,
easy easy to access,
yeah,
and we're always trying to update that.
yeah, it's going well, so,
Good.
yeah. Okay, so we have some more questions here, and mind you, these are just guidelines,
Yeah.
so if you have any other thoughts, please just shout them out. You will not offend me. So, but if it's okay, I wanna look at some of these questions because
Sure.
they are really good questions. Um, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, can you share a memorable story from the time working with Missouri and Kansas, chapters? So, let's start with Kansas.
Okay.
I feel like that would be a good place.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I remember I wanna talk about and this is actually timely too. I want to talk about the first vision walk that I attended and worked
Yes.
in Kansas City.
Yes.
So I was this was maybe my second walk I'd ever been to,
Okay.
maybe second or third,
Mhm.
and we were at a new location.
Okay.
So there was a lot of unknowns with this location. And
Mhm.
and I'm sorry, I don't recall where the Vision Walk used to be
That's
back in the
okay.
day in Kansas City, but this was our first time at Corporate Woods Founders Park
Mhm.
in Overland Park.
Yes.
And I remember not really knowing what to expect. We do walks all over the country. There's 35 vision walks all over the country,
Mhm.
and each one's different. They have their own flair. They have their own unique,
Yeah.
what's specific to that community.
Yeah.
And I remember Kansas City, we were so excited. This one had pizza. Like, there was so much so much
Yes.
pizza that was donated,
Yes.
which we don't have at a lot of walks. But I'll never forget setting it up, and there were, I think, 3 of us staff
Okay.
that were getting everything situated.
Mhm.
And again, a new venue, a lot of the constituents, this venue was new for them.
Mhm.
And I remember the few minutes before it was time to open,
Mhm.
say, or like
Yeah.
registration opens.
Yeah, yeah.
And we got all the tents set up, all the nonprofit partners were there,
Mhm.
the mascots were in there, they were getting ready to come out,
Yes.
and I was so excited to for those who haven't experienced it, a vision walk I should have led with this. A
That's okay.
vision walk is not like a big 5K
Yeah.
run. It's not competitive.
Nope.
It's not huge. It's
Nope.
small, but it's mighty.
Yes.
And it's a really wonderful, engaging event.
Mhm.
Families are invited, doctors are invited,
Yes.
everyone in the low vision community is invited.
Yes.
And it's hard. I was thinking about like how to sum it up because right now we're promoting our upcoming vision walk this
Yes.
year in May. Um, but there's nothing like the first one that you do in a new city
Mhm. Mhm.
just to get to know that community. I remember there were so many teams that had coordinated shirts,
Yes.
which again
I've
is
seen
common at
that.
the walks.
Yeah.
Everybody was so nice and so excited to have a kind of refreshed,
Mhm.
a refreshed feel. In a new space.
Yeah.
There were new providers. Uh, it it was really special for me to be part of that kind of. I don't want to say rebrand, but
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
kind of new feel. And we've been hosting vision walks in Kansas City. This will be the 18th annual
Oh,
this year.
okay. Okay.
So I just remember fondly of that, and the event went so well.
Mhm.
No event goes perfectly. Of course, there were some
Mhm.
little hiccups and things, but that
Yeah.
that that happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
But every vision walk I've looked forward to. St. Louis too. St.
Mhm.
Louis is a bigger walk,
Okay.
but
Okay.
and it's at a bigger location.
Mhm.
But they have their own. A fond memory from St. Louis would be multiple walks that we've done there.
Mhm.
Uh, similar similar vendors, let's say,
Yeah.
similar program,
Mhm.
but you really get to know that community,
Mhm.
and that's really special. Like in my role is all about relationships.
Mhm.
When you're doing fundraising, when you're working within communities, um, when you have any type of contact with the public,
Mhm.
you're all about relationships,
Mhm.
and that's that that comes to fruition when you're at an event like
Mhm.
this.
Yeah. And it's really nice to see all the connections being made
Oh
and
yeah.
like the light in people's eyes and their body posture is like so different when you make the connections with
Oh,
everybody.
absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
it's a good feeling.
And something I wanted to mention
Yeah.
with the Vision Walk specifically for
Mhm.
Kansas City,
Mhm.
there are people that come from far, far, like Kansas, Missouri, like
Mm.
sometimes they drive hours
Oh,
to come and support this event. They want to be part of that
yeah.
community aspect. And I'm so excited when I meet people, like especially if I don't know someone, I try to find out where are they from? How did they
Yeah.
learn about us?
Yeah.
Can we keep you engaged? And I'm
Yes.
so glad that the foundation we have always done and will continue to do a combination of in-person and virtual
Mhm.
events because we know, uh, you know low vision audience, that's our audience,
Mhm.
low vision and blind,
Mhm.
we transportation is not is
Yes,
that's a real
it
challenge,
is.
and we need to be able to provide for people where and meet people where they're at if
Yeah,
we can.
yeah,
Yeah.
understandable, and we thank you
Yes, yes.
because it is not fun.
No,
Yeah.
no. Mid and not specific to Kansas City or St. Louis,
Mhm.
but Midwest, there's not a lot of
There's not.
strong public transit
No.
in the Midwest,
We are
and I
working on
yeah,
it,
we're working
but
on
it
it.
is a slow process.
Right,
Yeah.
right, and that's the challenge I hear often
Yes.
from people that call in.
Mhm.
I serve as the first point of contact
Okay.
for anybody in Missouri or Kansas that
Okay.
contacts the foundation.
Yeah.
So a lot of times things that come up are, "Hey, I need help getting around.
Yeah.
Is there what can be provided in
Mhm.
terms of transportation?"
Mhm.
We get asked all the time if there's transportation provided for our events,
Mhm.
and that's
Yes.
a challenge.
Yes. I
You
hate to
know,
say no for my events
I know
too, but
you understand. You
yes.
know,
Yes. It breaks my heart.
I know.
So,
Thank you.
yeah. Okay, so let me see here. I feel like that leads right into the next question here. Give me a second. Ooh, what is
Oh, sure.
happening? Ooh. Okay. Let me see if I can get my mic over here. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, so what are some of the biggest challenges facing individuals with vision loss today, and how does the foundation help with that? So, transportation is a big issue, yes. But what other issues are you seeing? Because I'm sure you see a whole range more than the average.
Oh yes, I'd say it's a range, and
Yeah.
everybody constituents that I speak to, it's a variety of questions and requests. I
Hmm.
would say something that comes to mind in addition to lacking transportation
Hmm.
options is maybe lacking resources
Yes.
or individuals that maybe are newly diagnosed or their vision loss is starting to progress,
Hmm.
like increase in progression.
Hmm. Hmm.
They call and ask for help on
Yeah.
who can I refer
Where do
them
I
to? Where
go?
do right? So I try to when I speak to someone and they ask for whether it's O&M training,
Hmm.
financial resources,
Hmm.
guide dog,
Hmm.
guide dog information or assistance.
Hmm.
I try to find what's closest to them, where are they located.
Yeah.
Luckily, within our chapter, we have a long list in
Yes.
Kansas City and St. Louis,
Yes.
and really all of our chapters have resources. We don't provide low vision those types of services.
Right. Okay.
We do what we do is very specific, but
Yes.
we're very well connected, and our chapters are well connected. So we
Yes.
try to do the best we can to refer. Like some if someone calls me for Kansas City and is looking for a support group,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say, you should call the whole person. The whole person has
Yes.
all types of
We have a
and
lot.
I refer you guys for all types of requests.
That's amazing.
I was
Thank
gonna
you.
say sorry and
Yeah.
not sorry, but no, but you do a lot of things that you provide a lot of resources that we don't.
Yes. Yes.
So I would say lacking resources is a big challenge.
Mhm.
Financial assistance is a big challenge.
Yes. I've
That's
seen that
that's
too.
really difficult.
Mhm.
Something else that I've noticed there are I don't want to say there's a shortage, but it's hard to find retinal
Mhm.
retinal specialists
Yes.
for like if someone determines their diagnosis
Mhm.
and they say I'm looking for a retinal specialist that knows about Stargardt or that
Yep.
knows about LCA or that
Mhm.
knows about RP.
Mhm.
Sometimes we sometimes it's hard to find someone close to them
Yep.
that does that
Yep.
unless they want to travel, which
It's
that's
difficult.
again time and money
Mhm.
and sometimes there's a long wait list to get in.
Yep.
That's also a challenge.
Yep.
Um and
It
I will say I think the what we talked about earlier, like the lack of awareness of
yeah.
blindness as a spectrum.
Yes.
That's something that I hear from people all the time that like I'm not responsible for informing people that
Mhm.
even though I don't look visually impaired, I am.
Mhm.
I think the last thing I'll mention that's a challenge that's most common
Mhm.
or that I hear most is when you talk to people that are really struggling with their mental health, and
Mhm.
accepting this.
Yes.
They're wanting hope, they're wanting an answer.
Mhm.
Some people we speak to are very frustrated. Why is there no clinical trials being funded for my type of vision loss?
Yeah.
Why is there not a pill or a shot or something for my
Mhm.
gene?
Mhm.
We're working on it. We're working
Yes.
on it, but it
It's
takes a long
time.
time. It takes a lot of financial investment,
Mhm.
and we're funding as much as we can, but that's really that's
Yeah.
really difficult because
Yes.
I can't personally relate to what these individuals are experiencing.
Mhm.
I want to be empathetic and supportive and provide as much information and resources as I can. But again, the foundation, we're,
Yeah.
we're doing a lot,
Yeah.
but there, we have a long way to go still.
As does anyone in this field. Yeah. No, I understand that.
Yeah.
It's great though that people are contacting your organization though, for resources
Yeah.
because your website pops up pretty quickly. And I've noticed, since working with you for quite a while now, I noticed like on the bottom of where it says like these are our sponsors and stuff, your
Yeah.
this logo is like everywhere. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is amazing to be
Yeah.
able to help out in this way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We're doing a lot, and
yeah,
there's more we can do,
yeah,
and that's why these events and bringing people together and spreading the word is
yes.
so important.
Yes. I really appreciate the in-person, feature of doing, like, the vision walk outreach and everything like that.
Yeah.
It's harder, but it is more beneficial, I feel like, because 'cause you're right across the table from somebody, and you can be like, "Oh, I actually do remember this person," you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Well, and nothing replaces an in-person
Yeah,
experience.
yeah,
Nothing. You
yep,
can have the best virtual event and bring people together,
yep,
but there's nothing like sitting together
yeah,
or being together
yep,
and and feeling that
connection.
connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I connect, with, being clumsy to a lot of people. So, when we go to our event tonight, the Vision Connection,
Yeah.
I that's how I'm gonna connect with
You're just
everyone.
bumping into people. Oh, just saying hi.
Yep.
Hi.
I've never played pickleball.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It'll be so fun.
Oh my gosh. But for those who don't know, the Vision Walk, we're doing a Vision Connection, and correct me if I'm, saying this all wrong.
No, you're doing
Um
great so far.
Oh, thank you.
Keep going. Yes.
Um, it's tonight
Uh-huh.
from, like, 5:30?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did not memorize the times.
No,
My apologies.
no, that's perfect. You have me. I
Yeah,
I can tell you the
I
times.
know. Uh, so it'll be tonight at, the Chicken and Pickle in Overland Park.
Yeah.
And, we've sent out a lot of information, so the address is there, the phone your contact information is there,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all out there, but it'll be really good. We have guest speakers, we have food, we have pickleball.
It'll be so fun.
I'm so excited.
The Vision Connection will be our kickoff to the Vision
Yes.
Walk in May.
Yes.
So we'd love for you to join us tonight.
It is such a fun time to get out there and walk.
Yes, or
We
you
were
don't have to walk.
No,
You
you
just come hang
don't.
out.
We were walking the last time, my dad and I, and we were joking with the people walking back, and we're like, are we almost done? Are we almost done?" They're
Where
like,
are we?
"Almost done, almost done."
The best. The best.
Yeah. So, okay, let me see here. I don't know if I wanna skip out on any of the questions so far. Okay, so the next question is you manage a large budget for multiple events. What goes into planning this and executing it successfully? I feel like we've talked about it a little bit, but
Yeah.
there's so much to that role that if you wanted to explain a little bit more about it.
Sure. No, and that's a good question. And it's hard to answer because as you know, you guys do events too. There's
Yes,
a lot that goes into it.
it is.
And I'll say I think the key fundamental to any event that you're planning, it has to be a team effort.
Yes.
So an internal and an external team.
Hmm.
So anytime I'm identifying an event or we're starting planning,
Hmm.
Haley, because you're on our chapter leadership team, I'm
Yes.
going to the team, the
Hmm.
volunteer team, saying, "Okay, guys, what do we want to do?
Hmm.
What are your ideas? I'm listening. I want to hear your mm, eh, everyone that's part of this community. I want to hear what what topics are you looking for?
Hmm.
What are there any speakers you want to hear from?"
Yeah.
And we start there.
Yeah.
We start as that's our kind of jumping off point.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then we kind of meet with the internal team and say, okay, Here's what we're looking to do.
Mhm.
Um, so that's just at the start. I
Yeah.
want to hear from the local community what they want.
Yeah.
And if we and we do our best to accommodate and provide as we
Yes.
can
Yes.
for our larger fundraising events like our vision walks or our dinners, or if there's a golf tournament, something like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
We have a vision walk team, an internal team. We have a signature event team. The foundation has a lot of sub
That's
teams
really great.
that work on logistics and uh, work with the vendors and determine all of that.
Mhm.
And then I work more hand in hand with the donors and the sponsors and the volunteers and the committees.
Mhm.
So it's a very nice collaborative effort.
Yeah.
And and of course, any event we do, we have a committee, a
Okay.
volunteer committee,
Yes.
uh, just so just to ensure that we're hearing from the local community
Mhm.
and trying to accommodate the interests and the need.
Yeah. No, that's great. And I didn't realize how much support you had internally at the
Yeah.
foundation. That's amazing.
Yeah, and some of the teams are small but mighty.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a couple people on each team,
Yeah.
but we all work very closely.
Mhm.
Overall, the foundation has about 80-ish staff
Okay.
all over the country.
Okay.
We all work remotely,
Okay.
and we're based in Maryland, but we with less than 100 people, we work very collaboratively and very closely.
Yeah.
And that's the key to any success is working together and working alongside each other.
Yeah. I didn't realize that everybody worked remotely. That is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, and we do have uh, quite a few staff that are near our Maryland
Mhm.
kind of home base, um, but they go into the office on occasion, depending on their
Right.
position.
Right.
But yeah, most of us are remote and near the events or the chapters that we work with,
Wow.
which is great.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
all right. All right.
yeah,
Let me see here. And okay. Well, this kind of ties into what we've already been talking about. How do you foster collaborations with universities, retinal specialists, and low vision organizations?
yeah.
I mean, you're a really good resource for your company in that you're very personable and you're willing to like just cold call people and be
Yeah,
like, "Hey, help us."
yeah.
And so I feel like when you reach out and you bring people in, your energy is what draws people in, and that's a really good resource, what is the word
Thanks.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking of? You know what I mean? Like, it draws people in and wanting people to come back more and see what we can do to help. It's so I think right here for this question, how do you do this? It's you.
Oh, well,
It's
thanks.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll say work. Thank you, Haley. That means a lot. And
Mhm,
working with, I think when I look to my colleagues, the fellow community managers, event specialists, those of
mhm,
us that work with these within these communities,
mhm.
we're we're passionate because we it's all about the people. It's all
Yeah.
about you, and it's about the research that we're funding is so at times it's so advanced.
Mhm.
It's like I
Yes.
sometimes I'm not on
Yes.
the science team. Like there are times where I'm like I don't understand what is protein gene splicing. Like I don't know
Yeah.
what that is.
Right.
But we I think on our end, or let's say I'll speak for myself, I'm excited when I get to speak with doctors, um, corporate, let's say new corporate partners,
Yeah.
people that are new to the foundation
Mhm, mhm.
that have never heard of us. I'm so excited to tell them what we do. And I'm so excited to tell them, yes, we're a nonprofit that's fundraising,
Mhm.
but what we're doing, nobody else is doing at
Right.
this capacity and at
Yeah.
this level.
Yeah.
We have an impressive history. We're expanding,
Mhm.
and it's I'm just so proud to be part of something that's really helping people, giving people hope, giving people connection,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that that shines
It
shines
does.
through and shines
It
forth
does.
because yeah, you can tell when you speak to someone
Mhm.
that they're just doing it
'Cause it's a job.
because for a job,
Yeah.
and for some people that's okay.
Yeah.
But when you're in nonprofit work and you're working with
Mhm.
people, I mean, this is fairly niche.
Yeah.
Like the type of vision loss that we're
Yes.
talking about here, I mean, yeah, it's hundreds of thousands of people in the country, but
Yes.
that's still a small
Portion.
group.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know when I'm so excited when I get to meet with, getting the meeting, finding the right contact is the hardest
Mhm.
part,
Yes.
right?
Yes, it
So when
is.
I'm trying to get connected with universities,
Mhm.
I want to talk to the students,
Mhm.
the medical students,
Yes.
student doctors,
Yes.
those that are studying to do O&M training.
Mhm.
Anybody that's a student is kind of where I wanna
Yeah.
that's my angle for
Yeah.
universities. Because
100%.
if I can let them know ahead of time, the Foundation Fighting Blindness is here.
Mhm.
Here's what we provide.
Yep.
Uh, Something that I didn't get to mention yet.
Mhm.
We provide free genetic testing
Yes.
to anybody that
Yes.
is diagnosed with an inherited retinal disease,
Mhm.
with the exception of age-related macular degeneration. That can
Okay.
be inherited, but that's not what we can test for.
Okay.
But we are able to. The doctors order the genetic test from our website,
Okay.
and we cover the cost of it.
Okay.
So you have to
Wow.
be a U.S. resident, citizen,
Mhm. Mhm.
and you have to be diagnosed by a doctor to have an inherited retinal disease.
Okay.
If you meet those two qualifications, we can help you get genetically tested to confirm
Interesting.
your diagnosis. To We also set you up with genetic counseling
Mhm.
to help you process the results. I
Yeah.
mean, the results are extensive,
Yeah.
and if you're not really into science, you may be looking at this going, "How do I process this? What does
Yeah.
this mean?"
Yeah.
It's a wonderful program that we provide, and a lot of people don't know that we offer this.
Right.
So, as many people that I can get in front of to share
Mhm.
that we provide this as a service, as a resource,
Yeah.
this is something we provide. I'm trying to make sure we spread the word about that,
Yeah.
and that gets me so excited
I know, I
because
can
with
tell.
everything in healthcare that's so expensive,
Yes.
and with the costs of things,
Mhm.
to be able to assure, well, or give some kind of reassurance
Yes.
to a diagnosis is a really peace of mind for some people.
Yeah. No, it really is because you could be going through whatever and not know what it's called, and to
Yes.
have the name and, like, understand a little bit more about it changes the whole game. It really does. Because
So, I don't know if I answered this question,
you
Haley.
did.
Did I?
Um,
Okay.
and even if we didn't, that's okay. It was still a great conversation.
Okay, good.
Um, but yeah, for the longest time, when I was first vision impaired, I was like 17, 16, 17. I don't know. I blacked it all out.
Mhm.
We didn't know what my eye condition was. And
Yeah.
so we went to multiple doctors and it was very frustrating. And I was like, why can't I just see the people in front of me? What is going on? Like, I panic called my mom after class. I was like, I think I have to wait until after class to call my mom because I didn't want to get in trouble,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very frustrating. So to be able to have a resource like what you're talking about, that's just amazing. It's
Uh, and I
unheard of.
Well, and I mentioned, getting this information in front of students,
Yeah.
but we really need to get with doctors
Yes.
to we have an
Yes.
extensive professional outreach program.
Mhm.
It's a small but mighty staff
Yes.
team, but the
Yes.
community managers and the volunteers, we work together to try to get in front of
Yeah.
doctors that maybe aren't aware
Yes.
of what we provide.
Yes.
We do offer also uh, continuing education
Mhm.
credits
Mhm.
for those in the medical profession
Yeah.
through our program,
Yeah.
which is great, and a lot of people don't know that as well.
Yeah.
So so I am motivated to meet with as many people as I can.
Yeah.
Uh, we know there's services people are needing from us that we don't provide,
Yes.
but I bet you I can find you a good referral
100%. 100%.
or get you in touch with someone that would have that information.
Yeah. And it's funny that you bring up doctors. Sometimes your general eye doctor really doesn't know where to send you. I've seen that a lot
Yes.
because I've worked in the vision impaired world and blind community for several years now. And
Yeah.
it's hard to know. It's hard to hear that the doctors don't always have this resource like right away. Like, this is what you need to do. And so just getting out there and spreading the word
Yeah.
is the hardest thing, but very much needed. So,
A lot of people are told, "You have this type of vision loss.
mhm,
You will lose your vision.
mhm.
There is no cure.
Yep,
There's nothing we can do.
yep.
Good luck to
And I
you."
have my next appointment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
and
seen it.
that's really disheartening when
Mhm,
we hear that.
mhm.
That's because there are
There are
there
resources.
there are resources.
Yeah.
There is hope. There are
Yes.
a lot of other people that are experiencing this.
Exactly.
Something I also hear is how isolating this can be,
Yes.
especially when you have a rare type of vision loss that
Mhm.
nobody, let's say nobody in your family, nobody in your
Yep.
network, nobody that you work with,
Yep.
nobody's heard of this
Yep.
but you.
Yes.
And that's it-
Yeah.
we're here to tell you it may be rare for you, your family, your
Mhm.
network, but there's so many other people that
Mm.
may have a similar type of
Yes.
vision loss that understand what you're experiencing.
Mhm.
Look at all this exciting progress that's
Yes.
being made. And I can say with confidence, we're not giving anybody false hope.
Right.
We're not telling people, "Oh, we can
No.
just reverse your
No.
now one day you can't see, one day one day
Yeah.
you can't, now you can." We're
Yeah.
not saying that.
But the hope of, like, that you're working on something is pretty exciting.
Substantial. It
Yes.
is.
Yes.
It's really exciting to
It
talk
is.
about, and there's so much. Like, if you were to ask me, "Andrea, like, what are all the latest advancements?"
Yeah.
We'd be here for hours.
Oh, good lord.
I can't go through all that, but our website has
I
this
was
all
gonna say,
detailed.
go to the
Go
website.
to the website. Yeah. Yeah. And, luckily, it just continues to the progression continues.
Yeah.
And we got a long way to go,
Yes.
but we're
We're
getting there
getting
and we're making good progress.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. We could be here for hours.
I know. I know. I know.
Oh my goodness. Well, if it's okay with you, I'd like to take an ad break real quick,
Sure.
maybe get some more water,
Let's
some
do.
coffee, maybe more energy drinks.
Yeah.
We'll just kind of see what happens,
Okay.
okay?
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll be back. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. We are so excited to share all the information in our episodes that we are doing a part 2. So please join us for that. We are so excited. Thank you so much. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on our podcast. Today, I'm going to go through some of the monthly events that the Whole Person hosts. Again, my name is Haley Korf. I am your vision impaired host today, so bear with me. I've got a lot of notes here, okay? All right, the first event is Getting Social. It's the first Friday of every month. The next event is Time to Spare, and that is the third Wednesday of every month. That is our accessible bowling open to everyone who has a disability. The next event is Mind's Eye View, and that is the first Monday of every month. That is more geared towards people who are vision impaired or blind to get together and talk about some of the difficulties. Then after that, we have our DIY skills for young adults, age range 18 through 24, and that is the last Wednesday of every month. Brain Injury Peer Support Group, the second Thursday of every month. And then Tech Talk, the second Monday of the month. And that is also geared towards people who are vision impaired or blind to get together and talk a little bit more about accessibility issues. If you have any more questions, feel free to look it up at thewholeperson.org. And again, please join us for any event at any time. Thank you.